The leaders of Thailand and Cambodia are meeting in Malaysia now for talks to end days of cross-border fighting. Thousands of Cambodians who have been living in Thailand are now fleeing back home across the border. The violence has killed 35 people on both sides and displaced more than 270,000 people. We have two correspondents covering this for us. In a moment, we'll be speaking to Tony Cheng. Tony's on the Thai-Cambodian border. First, we go to Rob McBride, who's in the Malaysian city of Putrajaya. Rob, brief us on these talks. Who's at the meeting? What are they messaging going into the meeting? And what will they be discussing there?
That's right. We've had confirmation that this long-awaited meeting has now begun. It began about 10 minutes ago here at the official Prime Minister's residence in the administrative capital, Putrajaya. Malaysia has taken it upon itself, has felt incumbent on trying to organise these talks. It holds the chairmanship of this regional organisation, ASEAN, this year, and so has been since the start of this conflict 4 days ago, has been working very hard behind the scenes, trying to broker peace, bring these two Southeast Asian neighbours together for these talks. How much of this is an achievement of Malaysian diplomacy? How much is possibly attributed to phone calls from the US President Donald Trump, or indeed pressure from China, which is a close ally of Cambodia? We'll never quite know, but the fact that they are meeting is seen as important. And both sides have been making very encouraging comments, such as from Manet, the Prime Minister of Cambodia, leading his delegation, saying that they would like to see an unconditional ceasefire at an immediate being announced immediately. From the Thai side, being led by their acting Prime Minister, Phumtham Wechayachai, they are more reserved, saying that they hope there will be sincerity from the Cambodians. So clearly a certain amount of distrust to overcome for these talks to get any kind of breakthrough.
What's the Malaysian Prime Minister saying? He's hosting this.
That's right. I mean, they are hopeful of a breakthrough. This is being chaired by Anwar Ibrahim, the Malaysian Prime Minister. There is a feeling that, yes, this has been the worst flare-up of fighting between these two neighbours in more than 10 years. But after 4 days, I think all sides realise just how dangerous this is, that it hasn't escalated into a wider conflict yet. So there is still a chance, and people do realise that this is a precarious moment, and this would be the time to get some sort of breakthrough. There has been a call from the foreign ministers of ASEAN for a cessation of hostilities, and we do know that a press conference is being called in about 2 hours from now, and there is a lot of speculation that there wouldn't be a press conference if they weren't expecting to have something to announce.
Okay, that's something we'll be monitoring closely. You'll be there covering this for us. Rob McBride in Malaysia, thank you very much. Now, Tony Cheng joins us live from Surin province along the Thai-Cambodian border. Are Thailand and Cambodia still trading fire even as their leaders just started meeting 10 minutes ago?
They are indeed. I think if there's a feeling of optimism in KL, it certainly hasn't reached the border here. We're about 2 kilometres away from the border. There's a border crossing just up the road. About 5 minutes ago, we heard the thud of outgoing artillery. That's been pretty consistent since we arrived here about 20 minutes ago. There's a large main battle tank parked just 500 metres up the road from here. There's a large military presence in this area. We were right up on the border this morning. Soldiers came out. They told us to move back because they said there were UAVs and drones in the air. We can hear surveillance planes up in the sky. So it really does feel like this is still a very active zone at the moment. In a statement released by the Thai military a couple of hours ago, they pinpointed 3 places on the border today where conflict had taken place. As we've seen in the last couple of days, they attributed the first hostilities to Cambodia, but we've seen similar statements coming from the Cambodian side as well. But at this stage, yes, this is still very much an active battle zone.
Yeah, Tony, you've been the last few days with villagers displaced by fighting. What are they telling you on day 5 of this situation?
I think on the first day, when they were moving into these very temporary displacement centres, you could see kids running around. It was kind of like an adventure, and that is changing very fast. The conditions are basic. In a lot of cases, they're just open halls, open to the elements. They're basic sanitary conditions they're being fed. But as the days have gone on, you can see the stress is really starting to tell. We were about an hour and a half away in the city of Buriram, where there's a MotoGP racing track. It's the sort of pride of the region. It's being given over to evacuees at the moment. There are 20,000 there. And one woman we went to, we asked her how she was feeling, and she just started crying. I think it is very emotional. People just want to get home. They didn't expect this conflict would explode quite as quickly as it did. I didn't think they thought it would last this long. They're living in very trying conditions. And now on both sides of the border, there are 270,000 people who have been displaced. That's more than 250,000. And I think at this stage, they just want this to be wrapped up, a ceasefire put in place, and the opportunity to get back.
Yeah, and their immediate future may well be decided by what happens in that press conference that is scheduled for 2 hours from now, Rob was telling us. All right, Tony Cheng, reporting on this from the border area between Thailand and Cambodia. Thank you very much, Tony.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.